Dr. Roadhouse, and I want to introduce you to our patient Myra. Myra is in our thyroid recovery program, and Myra, why don't you just start by, telling where you were and how long it's been, and what other treatments you've tried, and then how good you're doing. Okay?
Okay. It started with developing thyroid and diabetes, and it went, with the treatment. And I had real good doctors, but nevertheless, they were missing the point. My diabetes was not controlled. I started to get very depressed, and then a series of symptoms started to occur. But I did have a lot of stress too, but uh, my my hair was falling, so I had to cut a lot of it to see if it will improve. The medications, the lab work was kind of normal, but the symptoms were still there. So after that, my face started to get round, and I was like ballooning and gaining weight. Nothing that I have done before worked. I keep gaining weight. My face was round, and I was having trouble concentrating. Uh, Mood changes. I really was losing control of my life. That's one of the
Your
reasons.
energy level.
Oh, my energy level went down. A lot of sleeping.
The stomach, the reflux.
That is correct.
And they'd already taken out your gallbladder.
Oh yes, oh yeah, that happened. I had happened a while back, and then it progressed, and it after I remember at some point in the middle of those 7 years, I there was one night that I think I was dying. I felt myself go, and it was almost like dying. Just by the grace of God that I was able to pray myself out of it. Come to find out then that I developed asthma, which I think is the result of all the inflammation. And then after that, I did manage to lose a little bit on the face, but then my belly started progressing, uh, like like I was pregnant, and I am past my time of being pregnant.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is like when you would eat, then
oh,
it would bloat
yes.
out, and then the next morning you would wake up and it was back down.
Yes.
So it got to the point where you didn't really want to eat that much because it did upset your stomach. Yes. It didn't feel good.
Yeah, and through that time, I did take some medications. Turns out some of the medications made everything worse because they gave me gastroparesis. So that really was really bad. And when I came to you, I was desperate. I was to the point that I really didn't want to live anymore. I feel like I am in my 50s, and I felt like I was at the end of the road, like in my 80s. And I'm thinking, this is not right. Because anything that I do that I had worked before was not working. And I knew there was something else going on. Because you cannot have a belly like this, and then next week it's like this. Something was very wrong, and the doctors were not helping. And then
so at that point you came in, and we did the evaluation. You were a candidate. You had all the markers and all the parameters. So we started with the labs, and the labs were different than anything. And tell them about the C-reactive protein.
My goodness! When you told me that I had to go into a detox for 40 days, I almost died. I cannot do that. I cannot.
Well, the C-reactive protein, it's just one of the labs, but it shows how much inflammation it causes, strain on the heart. And so the normal is 0 to 30, 0 to 3, and you were like 20, 30
it was
or something
10 like times. When I saw that I was 10 times, and I am a pharmacist, so I have an idea what the lab meant. So that was my motivation, because I knew how close I was from having a heart attack or a major event, and that was my motivation to be able to complete the detox program, which in a few months it was like a weight lifted. I literally came back from the grave, honestly, and progressed. I did the detox, then I started eating better, and I never thought I could keep on with the healthy habits, but I have been able to. I have found ways, and the only thing I can tell you is in a few months with your indication and supplements, no big pill with side effects. I am back from the dead. I mean, literally, it's just
and the other
as
thing is
simple as
that
that.
when we got you on the detox and diet and all that, I mean, we did it all based on the Cyrex testing. We figured
Yes.
exactly what's going on. And the inflammation. I mean, you just had inflammation when you're inflamed. Nothing works right. And but talk about when you went to the doctor and you showed him the C-reactive protein.
Well, it's real funny because I was kind of questioning why these labs are so expensive and all that. But you know what? Your health is worth every bit of money. And then I realized, for example, there's only one lab in the United States that will do, what you order. So that gave me so much information, which translates into tools to take control of my life again. So it was worth every penny. And I started talking to my doctors, and I showed them, well, can you order these? Maybe I can get it covered. And he was like a deer looking at the headlights. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
It's just he really didn't know.
They didn't know what the labs were.
Yeah, they had no clue about nutrition, all the guidelines that you have given. It's just like I just told them, in a few months I am back from the dead, so I'm fine. I don't think I'm gonna go back.
Well, I mean, it's good to have a family doctor, in case you need anything for that. But when it comes to this chronic stuff, I mean, the doctors had their chance with it. They weren't able to do it.
They couldn't go to the basic,
the basic. And that's
thing.
when, we did all that. So anyway, talk about the weight loss, talk about the hair, talk about the energy, talk about your stomach, talk about your blood sugar, how it's come down and stabilized. It was unstable before.
You put me in the path of enlightenment. So I've also done research and following your what you put the path that you put me on, and cutting on the sugar and trying to eat more less processed food has decreased my hemoglobin A1C, which it's when we measure the diabetes progress. But I am it's like I got my life back. Mm-hmm. I am me. I remember my face was to the point that I didn't recognize myself in the mirror, and now sometimes I look at the mirror and say, "Hi, it's so long since I've seen you." And you think it's funny, but it does have an impact when you lose your face and you can't recognize your face in the mirror. This dress, I pulled it out of the closet last week because I wanted to see how long will it be for me to fit in it. And when I put it on, you can see it's loose. I mean, it's fine. And the same thing happened with gym clothes. My goodness sake, from couch potato, and now I'm doing Zumba 2-3 times a week. It's just amazing.
And you're feeling good enough to do that.
Oh,
and
yes.
when you do it, you still feel good.
Oh, yes, yes. And the major thing is the changes in the thought process. Like I said, I come from the medical background. If a patient would have ever told me that, or anybody would have told me that the inflammation and the food choices had an impact in your thoughts, not just in your thought process, in your thoughts, I would have never believed it. I was so 50-something years, something happened, and you know how you're gonna react, right? Because you know yourself. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, it was not me. It was somebody else in my body reacting very different than what I was used to. So, and it's me again. I had to go through therapy. I was seeing a psychiatrist and a psychologist because I felt like
and it changed who you were. You
Yeah,
weren't you
I mean, it
anymore,
wasn't me, and I don't have control. And
But now,
yeah,
now
and it's just like I told the psychologist, I think I got it.
Yeah, we don't
My-
need you anymore.
No, it's. I mean, it was good because they were there, but
They helped you
nobody.
during those years.
Yeah,
when
nobody-
when you're having a hard time coping with what
Exactly,
happened to you
yeah.
because you're so different.
Yeah.
When I tell patients that all the time, remember, when you came in, I says, we're going to see if you're a candidate. You have to have all the markers and parameters, and if you are, it's going to dramatically change your life. So obviously, it's dramatically changed your
Yeah,
life.
it's just I think I don't understand why the medical community is not more accepting. Let's go to the basic. Let's treat you like you're a whole person, a whole system. Uh, it's unfortunately that they're missing the mark. It's and that's very surprising to me. And I've always been. I used to be the pharmacist that tell the people, let's see how you don't have to take the medication. So I already knew that if you apply your knowledge and you don't drink the Kool-Aid of the system, you can do better. And that's where you just enlighten me and open that door for me where I can put all that together. And I mean, I can't say thank you enough. It's dramatic and so simple. That's the part. And the lab work, it's so much information and it's so many tools that you have that then you can take control of your situation.
Well, that's how we figured out what was wrong. I mean, we knew the neurological part. We put oxy. We did those treatments, but then the lab work to figure out what was causing it. That's and I tell patients, a lot of doctors. You're seeing this firsthand with your doctor. A lot of doctors don't know what these labs, and even if they did, they wouldn't know how to treat you. And when you showed him the labs that we did, he was like, "Oh,
yeah, he didn't know. It looked like a deer. But what
still,
is this?
I mean, we were able to help you and stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway, fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you as a patient, and good luck to you in the future.
Okay, thank you very much.